I'll be honest with you, the reality of it is that everyone is being lied to. Museums, archaeologists, historians always try to make out that every single antiquity is extremely rare. But the reality of it is that most items are actually quite common, and you can actually purchase them legally in the open art market. There's ancient items for sale every single day. And as you can see here, I just put some examples so you can actually see the type of prices. So with that in mind, finally I got a big space. So it's time to go do some ancient art shopping. Items are ancient Vietnamese shipwreck pottery that were actually found in the 1990s at roughly 120 meters depth, and they date back to the 15th century, making them 550 years old. And they also found roughly 250,000 intact ceramic pieces in that boat. Now it's time for something really special that I always wanted. This is a 1,750-year-old Buddha that belonged to the Gandhara culture, and they ran at the same time as the Roman Empire, so basically 100 AD to 400 AD. The next two items are ancient Egyptian alabaster jars that date back to the early Dynastic period, making them 5,000 years old. So now it's time for me to unveil the space where we actually will build the museum, and hopefully one day will look like this. So you are currently looking at European Neolithic stone arrowheads, and they date to roughly 5000 BC, making them 7,000 years old. So now we have early Islamic cosmetic vessels. made of glass, and they date to 800 AD, making them about 1200 years old. And before I show you the final item of today, they do need a bit of cleaning. So let's get things ready.
Later.
Can you see the difference now that they're washed and dried? And now we will be applying a special wax that was specifically designed for the conservation of artifacts, and it was actually made by the British Museum.
Three days later.
These rings are 3000 years old and they date to 1000 BC, and they belong to what's known as the Amlash culture. They are commonly associated to fertility, and that's why they typically depict a couple embracing on the bezel of the ring. But there is something special about these two. See if you can actually see the difference. I believe this could be an early representation of a hermaphrodite. So now is time to set up the first display unit in the future museum. Easy peasy. Yeah, I don't know how I measured this, but I messed it up. So now it's time to finally display them. Yeah, that is looking a bit empty. I think we need to add something else. So I had the idea of creating some natural looking stands. So I went up in nature and grabbed some. But I messed up again because I didn't count for the width of the shelves. So now I need your advice. With or without the stands? Hope you managed to stay until the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be uploading weekly updates with the new pieces we'll be getting for our museum. Bye bye.